Hey, if you've been hanging out with me for the past few weeks, then you've been learning the positions of the G major scale. So we got position number 1, got position number 2, position number 3, number 4, sloppy number 4, right? Let me play a little bit better. Still not quite getting it. These jazzy chords. I play metal and I play rock. These jazzy chords will always trip my fingers up. And now we're going to move into position number 5, which is going to be off of D, and it's going to be your Mixolydian shape. And what we're going to play there is we're going to play a D7 chord. I think we can also add the pinky in on the 13th fret of the 2nd string. And basically the shape that we're going to play is going to sound like this. I like to think of Mixolydian and Lydian as being kind of sister shapes. They're both major sounding. The Lydian is played with a 1-3, then a 1-3-4, 1-3-4. So when I say that, I mean my first finger, my third finger, 1-3, then a 1-3-4, 1-3-4, first finger, third finger, and fourth finger. And then the Mixolydian is like the opposite of that, right? So they're kind of like, I don't know, twins or opposites, whatever. So you get your 1-3, but then you get your 1-2-4, 1-2-4. So that right there on the 9th and the 10th frets, they kind of lock together. So that anchor shape idea, where they lock together like puzzle pieces, that's kind of the theory. Like, I don't want to call it theory because it's my own theory, right? It's my little brain thinking the way that it wants to think. It's the way that I see the fretboard and the way that I see the scale shapes. That's the kind of stuff that I teach at my free course. You can head on over to justpickuptheguitarandgo.com and get my free 7-day course. And one of the things that I do focus on there is I focus on various scale shapes and how they lock together like puzzle pieces using those kind of anchor shapes. So I look at Lydian and Mixolydian. Oops. I look at Mixolydian and Lydian as being shapes that kind of lock together like that. And they feel like they're almost exact opposites of each other. So, again, if you want to check that out, get some more bang for your buck, right? Because it's free. So, just like these YouTube lessons are free. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. But if you want to get updates and everything like that, if you want to learn more about what I'm doing as a guitar teacher, and I got some music out there, I got some cool stuff out there, I got a Patreon out there. If you want to see more of what I'm doing, then help me out a little bit. Check out my free course. This is justpickuptheguitarandgo.com. And like I said, we're looking at the D7 shape here. This is your 5th shape of your major scale. So all this is going to resolve back to G major. But if I played it over D7, then it'd be your Mixolydian scale shape. It'd be your Mixolydian mode, right? And that's one of those old school PBS, Bob Ross sounding chords that you probably wouldn't hear too often in metal music or rock music. So I probably wouldn't use something like that too often. Maybe if I was writing a ballad or something, I might. But either way, it's something that you could play around with. You could start a song off with that. Use these other chord shapes that I've been showing you throughout this series of lessons, and you could come up with ultimately a song that sounds like it's in the Mixolydian mode. Right? So anyway, to play the Mixolydian mode, at least in this position, we're going to play the 10th and the 12th fret on the 6th string. Then 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12 on the 5th and the 4th strings. Then 9, 11, 12 on the 3rd string. When we get to the 2nd string, we're going to play 10, 12, 13. And on the 1st string, you can play 10, 12, 14, or you can just play 10, 12. okay, to match what's on the 6th string, because these are box shapes. Everything I'm showing you is box shapes. And in the next series that I'm doing 2 of these little micro series. The first one is going to be your major scale. The next one I'm going to do the minor scale, and I'm going to add a little bit to it because it's all the same scale shapes. So you might be thinking to yourself that, why do 2 series? Because you could just start with the minor scale, and that goes through all the same scale shapes. But I'm going to show you 3 note per string scale shapes as well in that one. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit, change it up a little bit. And you may not even be aware that it's all the same positions. That may be something you may not know. You may be thinking to yourself, what? Yeah, there's 7 positions. And when you're playing major and when you're playing minor, it's the same positions or it's the same shapes. Now, it starts to get different when you talk about pentatonic, when you talk about like the harmonic minor and things like that. But if you're playing these same shapes, then what happens is major just bleeds into minor, minor bleeds into major, and it's a circle. Just like I teach it, just pick up the guitar and go.com. So anyway, that was the Mixolydian shape, which is this one right here, which resolves back to that G major scale. Or we can resolve back to that D7 shape. And either way, it's going to sound good. So get my free course, just pick up the guitar and go.com, and I'll see you in the next one.